What up, HyperChange? Welcome to another episode. We have some unbelievable stuff to cover today. Just last week, I put out an epic moonshot about how HyperChange could get on Tesla's earnings call and ask a crowdsourced question from you guys, the retail investors. This was a moonshot that I thought had a basically 0% chance of working. Over the weekend, over 170 of you guys emailed in vouching for me and HyperChange to represent you guys on the conference call. So then last night, I tallied up all the numbers, tweeted at Elon Musk, asking him if this was going to be possible. Then, just to my surprise, absolutely blown away, Elon Musk replies just with the words, okay. So as far as I know, I've been in contact with Tesla a little bit. It looks like this is gonna happen. Just unbelievably stoked right now. I woke up this morning to check Tesla Reddit. There was a thread there all about this. Definitely a lot of hate, but it's Reddit. Electrek, Tesla Roddy, both had articles. So just a little bit still in shock now by this whole thing going down. Before we start with the questions, I just wanted to give a massive shout out to everybody who supported here. I have the tally in front of me. 173 shareholders have emailed in vouching for HyperChange, and I'm still getting these emails rolling into my inbox, so the number's going up. These are representing, as of now, over 70,000 shares. That's equivalent to over $20 million worth of Tesla stock. Unbelievably blown away by the response to the last video, so thank you guys so much for helping out, because it looks like it's actually going to work. I've already been getting messages from people on Twitter, on my email, which is right here, galileorussell@gmail.com, about what should be asked. And so I've started to build out the most popular questions. Let's get right into it. Elon Musk tweeted a couple weeks ago at The Economist saying that Tesla would be profitable in Q3 and Q4 of this year and therefore not need to raise capital. So my question is, what are the steps that Tesla needs to take from now in between then to actually be able to get to profitability? This is what we're all wondering. This would be the biggest inflection point in Tesla's business model since they IPO, where they go profitable, produce positive operating cash flow, become less reliant on the debt and equity markets. I think this is probably one of the most important things to the Tesla thesis, is when this inflection point to positive operating cash flow and earnings occurs. So if it really is happening in just a couple months, Q3 here, then I'd love to get more color on how that actually goes down. Where are they going to build the Model Y, and where are they going to build the Tesla Semi? In the prior conference call, they stated that capacity at the Fremont factory is maxed out at about 700,000 units per year. That's going to be taken up by Model S, X, and Model 3. And so now the question becomes, we're already in we're actually in May of 2018 now. If you're going to be delivering the Semi and the Model Y in 2019, where are we building these things? I think that's the huge question on every long-term investor's mind. The report from Reuters that came out just a couple weeks ago that indicated that Model Y production was set to start in November said that they would be doing it at the Fremont factory, which is in direct juxtaposition from what they said on the last conference call. So I'm really going to be curious to try and get some clarity there as well. Tesla in China, and whether the company is getting closer to setting up a wholly owned factory in the region. It's been all over the news recently that China is becoming more lax with their laws, saying that it used to be that Chinese companies needed to own at least 50% of a factory built in China from a foreign automaker. It looks like they may be removing that rule, which would open the doors up for Tesla to build a proprietary factory in China. This is something they've been trying to do for a while, so any updates on that would be really important as well. The Model 3 was just at the Beijing Auto Show, so Tesla is stepping up in China. Beyond that, in terms of factories in general, Tesla in 2017 mentioned several times that they would be announcing new locations for Gigafactories 3 and 4 and potentially even 5 by the end of the year. We still haven't gotten any updates on that. So just really curious overall to what's going on behind the scenes with Tesla's long-term manufacturing plans. It seems like something has changed, or they're just behind schedule in announcing these new Gigafactories. Beyond that, a couple more things you guys have asked about. Solar roofs. How is the installations going? We know that the initial customers just got their roofs and they're working in the real world now. So it's all about how fast they can ramp this going forward. Additionally, my question would be, what have they learned from recent installations and, this period of testing? Has anything changed about the product? You guys have also been wondering about Supercharging V3. Elon Musk has alluded to the fact that there could be a significant overhaul and update to supercharging capacity and charging speeds. But of course, like Tesla, we still haven't heard many details on that. So any updates on whether Tesla will be updating the speed of its superchargers? This is a theory that a lot of different people have been discussing, which is the Model 3 tax credit situation. In the US, there's a limit of 200,000 vehicles that are eligible for the $7,500 tax credit. And this is a major needle mover for people being able to afford cars that are only $35,000 or $50,000 like the Model 3. All eyes will be on whether Tesla pushes a bunch of US deliveries out this quarter and the $200,000 credit expires, or they delay US deliveries so that way they can get the full credit in Q3 going out to all these customers. You know, if you do the math here, $7,500 on just 25,000 cars is equivalent to almost $200 million. So there could be a massive, you know, multi-$100 million worth of savings for Tesla customers if Tesla intentionally delays as many deliveries to the US as possible, and let's say delivers to Canada and Europe in the late Q2, so that in Q3 they can get this full tax credit for their US customers. In terms of profitability, this might tie into the first one, is, you know, Tesla recently in the CBS news interview, Elon Musk stated that they had over-automated the factory, put in too many robots, and then that followed up with an employee email from Elon Musk that leaked that said that Tesla will be hiring like hundreds and thousands of workers over the coming weeks. So I'm wondering, is this planned, or are these workers that they're hiring now set to replace robots? Does this change the gross margin structure of the Model 3 now that there's less automation they originally thought? So anyway, this is just sort of my brainstorm of ideas that I'm thinking. I'm gonna be organizing these thoughts more and more as I get your emails and tweets coming in about what you guys wanna know on the call. So please, if you have any ideas on what I just talked about or any new questions that you want brought up, shoot me an email, galileorussell@gmail.com. I'm gonna be going hard until the earnings call, organizing and making sure that everybody's ideas are taken into consideration here. Huge shout out to Rob at the Tesla Daily podcast, who I think a lot of you guys are emailed in and involved in this because of him. He put out an episode asking to support HyperChange. So I'm a huge fan of his podcast, and I'm gonna be coordinating with him to help get the best questions answered. I believe he has an incredible understanding of Tesla's financial situation. So having his input on what to ask on the call as well is gonna be super important. So I'm stoked about that. Anyway, just let me know. I can't believe that HyperChange is gonna be on the call. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this actually happens. I'm gonna come out with a video updating Tesla's earnings, regardless if I make it on the call or not, tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Anyway, this is HyperChange. If you want to support our channel, please check out our Patreon page. Thank you so much to all you guys who made this moonshot happen. Like, this is really just unbelievable to have Elon tweet back. And I think this is just a huge moment for the Tesla community in general to, you know, have retail investors get a voice on the call where typically only investment bankers and analysts are. I mean, I just think this is a moment for really just like Wall Street in general and the little guy leveraging the power of the internet coming together in numbers to get a voice. I just think this is a super inspiring story. So I'm really proud to be a part of it. And I think you guys all should be too. So let's make this happen. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.